Imagine showing up to a job site and being asked to pour concrete, install drywall, and paint the roof, all at the exact same time with just one small crew. It's physically impossible. That's because every project relies on finite ingredients called resources. These are your workers, your heavy machinery, your building materials, your project budget, and the hours in the day. Figuring out who does what and with which tools before anyone even picks up a hard hat is what we call resource allocation. It's the proactive puzzle of matching the things you have to the tasks that need to get done. If you skip this planning stage, a small mistake like double booking a cement mixer turns into a massive roadblock. Work stops, frustration builds, and the entire project grinds to a halt. This diagram shows exactly how those roadblocks happen. Notice on Wednesday, the schedule requires 10 workers to keep the project moving at its current pace, but we only have a strict limit of 6 workers available on the payroll. When the math simply does not add up like that, when you need more of something than you actually hold in your hands, you have hit a resource conflict. And this isn't limited to human labor. If 2 separate crews are scheduled to use the site's only crane on Tuesday morning, you have the exact same problem. You cannot magically clone a crane or invent extra workers. Until you fix the overlap, actual building stops completely, threatening your ability to finish the job at all. So how do we fix it? If your supply of workers or equipment is strictly capped and you absolutely cannot buy or hire more, you use a strategy called resource leveling. This diagram shows how we iron out that conflict. See these 2 overlapping task blocks fighting for the same crew? We take the lower priority task and push it to the right, delaying it until workers are free. But there's a direct trade-off. Pausing that work stretches the timeline, pushing your final project deadline further into the future. In short, resource leveling makes the hard choice. It accepts a later finish date in order to keep your daily workload strictly within the limits of what your team can handle. But what if that end date is set in stone? If missing the deadline is simply not an option, we have to use an alternative approach called resource smoothing. To see how this works, let's look at this schedule timeline. Notice this green zone attached to one of the tasks. That represents float, the spare time a task has before it threatens the project deadline. Instead of pushing the whole project back, we gently slide the task over into that available green space. The daily workload evens out, and the red deadline line doesn't budge. By taking advantage of the schedule's natural spare time, resource smoothing ensures you meet your fixed deadline without double booking your team. Let's put this into practice. Imagine a stressed client is tapping his watch, demanding a strict finish date, but half your heavy equipment is out for repairs. What do? Your choice comes down to one rule. If the deadline is completely immovable, you must select smoothing to shuffle your tasks within their spare time. If your equipment limits are the absolute barrier and there is no spare time left, you must select leveling and tell the client the delivery date has to move. A lot of managers try to cheat the math here. They assume crews can work endless hours of overtime, or they confuse the 2 methods entirely and try to force everything to fit without shifting any dates. Applying the wrong strategy has severe consequences. You will exhaust your team, blow your budget, or miss a promised delivery date. At its core, resource allocation is simply the foundational step of matching the needs of the job to the people and tools you actually have. Remember the core difference. Leveling changes your schedule length to fit your resources, while smoothing balances your resources to fit a fixed deadline. Knowing exactly when to use each of these strategies is what separates a chaotic, failing project from a predictable operation that runs smoothly from day one.